Or this is attempt number 3. First attempt was aborted when I kind of figured out a little bit of how the mission worked and how I'd screwed myself at the beginning. Second attempt was aborted when I bumped into a bug. So we got an emitter in each of the 4 corners. We've got this energy mine right in the middle, so of course I'm going to be deploying there because it's got that nice blue shell around it for defense, and it's got all that scrap. And that energy mine is going to allow me to omni each of those islands, snag the tech on each of those islands, including an info dump and an omni pickup, and another cruiser. Those omnis aren't going to provide much defense, but they are going to provide energy, and that's what I need. So let's deploy the corporate ship. We're going to deploy it right there. Snag that mine and the scrap. Now we're going to drop those omnis immediately. Get that power on what little defense they're going to provide. And as soon as I got some energy, boom, we need some defenses up. Because those particles are coming in fast. Now I just made a mistake. What I should have done is built those 2 ships close to the central mine rather than out on the edges, because then they would have been defended by the central mine or by the blue plasma. But oh well. Now I really want that. These are benign plasma or benign particle emitters, or anti-creeper basically, and that's a grabber which will allow me to fling the anti-creeper around. And that's going to be really useful on this mission. But I need my defenses up first, so we grab scrap. So a whole bunch just happened. I skipped it over because there's a little bit of plot in there. I got another cruiser, I got another omni, and I got a little bit of plot. So let's get you down there. Let's get another cruiser up. I want a defender at each of the 4 corners. And now that I've got the money, time for a lathe. I know, I'm grabbing the lathe so that I can snag, or I'm building a lathe so that I can snag energy pickups faster, which sort of defeats the purpose. Spending energy to get energy. I do like the fact that ships can move while under construction, as long as they've got their engines built, and they can fire while under construction as long as they got their weapons built. Useful tool. Alright, command ship gets up here, snags that last scrap, and defends that corner. Now that I've got a defender at each corner, I can start building out. So that was the grabber. I just got the grabber. Now the problem I bumped into last time was I attempted to build the grabber directly on top of a friendly particle emitter, and it didn't build, and I couldn't move it or anything. So we're not going to do that again. We're going to build it outside, and then we're going to move it on top of the friendly emitter. Lathe, you're not doing anything. Get up there. Command vessel, you and the cruiser switch places. Whoops. Because I want you to grab that last scrap. So at this point, upper left is flinging stuff at me, lower right is flinging stuff at me. Upper right is flinging stuff at me, but it's really sporadic. It's not a huge threat. Lower left, also not a huge threat. So while upper right is kind of the weakest, I'm going to hit lower right first. I've probably got the firepower to easily overwhelm him and still defend back at base. I can grab that ship pickup, and he's the only guy who hasn't snagged his mine. So let's see if I can snag it instead. Which, now that I've... second lathe over there. Now that I've grabbed that pickup, I can swap places again. Joven is done so he can join them. There. Alright, my grabber is done. Upper left is kind of the biggest threat. So let's see if I can lock down upper left. Let's see if I can not break this guy again, too. He's not really doing a good job defending, so we're going to swap places. See if I can get heavier firepower in there. Okay, Lathe. I want you to snag that. You, get up there. We're going to snag that ship. And then we're going to snag that ship there. And then we're going to send both Lathes up to snag that under cover of... Snag the energy mine under cover of the destroyer and the Joven. Alright, we have a second grabber, which for now, we're not going to construct on top of the emitter. We're going to construct it over there. For now, we're just going to use it to continue trying to lock down up there. And I'm hitting something. Ah, I'm hitting the mine. Or the mine's shooting. So instead, let's fire on the mine and see what happens. Why not? I want to use this. I'm guessing that if it's just going to bounce off the mine if I move him over to this anti-creeper emitter and fire across it, but let's see what happens. Alright, at this point, I've got the ship in the lower right. So let's get the two Lathes in there. Let's get their defenders moved up. Let's take that lower right out. There we go. Let's move the Lathes in. Oh, that's not going to work. Here, go down there. Yeah, I'm taking a few hits, but that's what armor's for. Oh, wow, that guy's emitting like hell. Fortunately, I brought in the firepower. Get in there. So that bottom right's probably locked down at this point. There we go. So while I'm here, I've got the bottom right. Let's go hit the upper right. Because lower left's no real threat, and upper left, I'm kind of experimenting with grabbers. Upper left, I mean, I'm experimenting with grabbers. So let's go hit that upper right. Fall back to here. And we'll push from a safe spot. That'll get us to that mine. That's a nice little pattern up there. Okay, so now we're spewing out benign particles. Oh, they go straight through. Nice. But it looks like these guys aren't really, now that I've got a torrent, we'll see what they're doing, but these guys aren't really making it to the mine yet, but we'll see what happens when I've got a whole lot more of them. Alright, move the attack group forward. Just get them to the end of the energy for now. It looks like my particles are still not really doing much at that mine. So what I think I'm actually going to do is turn things around a little bit. I'm going to deal with that wall there. Let's see what happens. And we're going to trade out who's defending what. Actually, let's get a little aggressive over here. I don't have to stay in the blue particles. Shove these guys up a bit. Take that energy mine. Corporate ship for backup. Okay, good. So I can destroy the mines with anti-particle. Cool, that guy's in. So let's... This is really not a threatening emitter. So let's just charge straight at it. Let's just ram our face right in there. Guy's not going to hit. I need to circle around a little bit. I'm not doing much with Omnis at this point, but there's not a whole lot to... Oh, let's just get silly. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I had a feeling that wasn't going to work. That's fine. That's okay. Okay, that's not okay. We're not going to do that. guy's down. We're busy dealing with the lower left, so let's move the whole attack fleet to the upper
Left.
Do the same thing over there. Upper left. Let's move the whole thing to the upper left. I can tell direction, really. As you can see, the secret to Particle Fleet is the same as the secret to Creeper World. Pause a lot. We're going to spread these guys out a little bit now, because they're not really doing a whole lot down there anymore. I'm going to start beating up that particle wall, the destroyer. Get the whole attack fleet up here. Cool. Move the attack fleet in. Actually, I should have been prioritizing the placement of the lathes. Because of the way ship movement works in this, what I should really be doing is picking the ship whose position I really want to guarantee, specifically the lathes in this case, moving them first, and then moving everybody else around them, so I don't end up having to move ships the second time. Okay, we've got that. I'm going to go a little more careful this time, because that is some tough particle mass. So we're just going to move up a little. That's okay. So I lost the energy mine, that's fine. And we're just moving up a little. I might need the anti-creeper for this one. I just don't have the firepower. Let's trade out. Get down there. Alright, push up a little. Just absorb it with your face. That's what front armor's for. If I have to peel off the extras by absorbing it with my face, I will. So these big bundles are a whole hell of a lot tougher. Let's do this. So that guy. Fire it over there, see if we can build up some mire over there. Maybe get some firepower support. Get the command ship in. Okay, so we're making a dent. We're making a little dent. Just keep moving up. Standard Creeper World tactics. Move up an inch at a time. There we go. I'm unmiring the land, which is good. I can probably get my own Omni in there. There we go. I've made enough room for the lathes. Get in there. How are we doing down here? We're doing fine. Oh, it's pissed. Go lathes. Go. Go lathes. Done. Nice. I'm sure he lost his front, but he lost his front at exactly the right time. Let's leave one of the destroyers to mop up, or one of the cruisers to mop up. Everybody else down here. Again, clicking on the destination in order to move the ship. I love that. Okay, so the plan for this one, I gotta make it through that wall of particles, which is gonna be a pain. Although now that I've got a bunch of ships in here, the wall's kind of falling pretty fast. Probably be best to hit it from the direction of my base, because I can get closest to it at that point. We're done up there? We're done up there. Because I need you. Close is good. Close means accuracy. I get right in there. Do as much damage to that particle field as possible, because then I can move the lathes in. just need to wait for the big hole to move back around. Okay, that's probably enough. Get in there, everyone. Reach it with your face. Once again, I did not move the lathes first, but I was planning on the lathes coming in on a different trajectory anyway. There we go. Snag the energy mine. Now that I've snagged the energy mine, get everyone up there. Up, move the lathes first. There we go. So I make sure that the lathe itself is within range. Keep the corporate ship a little bit back. And done. So that worked out pretty well. I probably could have pushed a couple of those first emitters a little faster, done a fleet at each of them, but playing a little slower, a little safer, especially this first time through.